Mormon, I'm legitimately sad because I've been reading things and now I'm almost out of things. My dumbass has been flying through Berserk with reckless fucking abandon and camera's lagging again. And I just finished volume 40 and was looking for the next volume because it wasn't like automatically coming up on Kindle on my tablet. And when I searched, I saw 41's the only one left. And I finally fucking looked it up to confirm how many volumes there actually are. And sure enough, it's 41. Like the series has been getting continued since Kentaro Miura passed away. And there's like chapters and stuff out now that are, I guess, coming out rather quickly now that a team is working on it. But it originally went up to 41 volumes, and I bought the last one. I don't have the heart to like finish it. That's the last of his work. That's the last of the original. I'm actually like sad about that. I really don't want to be done with it. I mean, the story's being continued, and it's being continued based off of his, like, notes and what his friend knows of how he wanted it to go, I guess. And the team that's working on it now studied under Miura. They studied under him, and they're kind of like his students, so, I mean, it's as close as we'll ever get to him finishing it. But I really felt like there was so much— I just ripped part of my shorts. I thought there was, like, gonna be a lot more. I didn't realize just how delayed the chapters were. I guess the part where they get on the boat to get to Elfheim, that was like a 7-year thing. Like it took that long. I mean, the author wasn't in the best of health, and they're very detailed, like, chapters. The art goes nuts. But I thought with how old the series was, there was going to be a lot more, and I just never bothered looking into it. And now here I am on the precipice of the end of all. And I've never really read, well, that many mangas in general, but I haven't read one that's, like, still going. And I've gone through its fucking backlog, and now I'm gonna be all caught up, and it's gonna be going month to month, or bi-monthly, I think that's the schedule now. I'm gonna have to, like, wait 5 more years for, the last few volumes to be compiled. It's still just not gonna be the same. I mean, I hear that they've been, like, good. The chapters are kind of keeping in... Well, I've actually heard multiple things. Some people don't like the new chapters, but that's gonna kind of happen no matter what. And some people are saying, you know, it's still trucking along like it did. I just really felt like there was more left. It's a big, expansive world with a lot of story to it, and a lot of backstory and history, and there's a lot of world building and stuff, and it's... I don't know, it feels like the story could go kind of like One Piece, really. Feels like it could be going for like 900 episodes in an anime and have like 1,000 chapters. But we're at like 372, I think, currently, with the continuation. People think it might stop around like 500, but it's supposedly in the final arc already. Guts and Griffith are like back on track to beefing. And we're gonna see that come to a conclusion. This is so good so far. Like, the whole Golden Age era Band of the Hawk adventures, that was great. You know, minus the part where the king turns out to be a total sex pest, but the rest of it was pretty cool. Like, I mean, there were a lot of epic battles and Guts earning his reputation as a monster, being able to kill things really no one would be able to kill. He wasn't even wearing the Berserk armor yet. Berserker armor. And he was already, like, killing 100 motherfuckers. And he went nuts during the, Eclipse Festival feast thing. Yeah, I'm a real Berserk fan. But he was killing a bunch of apostles without even having a weapon, really. He just took one of their, like, spikes and started murdering them. I've been wanting to read this manga for years, and I even watched, like, the anime from 2015 or 16, which I guess is a sequel to a trilogy of movies that are about that golden age. Anime is okay. I still got a couple episodes left, but I started reading the manga, so I said, fuck it, I'll just do that. And it's been cool. I think I've been doing it for like a month now. Straight. Like I was just chewing up them chapters. Just kept buying volume after volume on Kindle. Not a sponsor, because I get like 1 view per video. But, you know, I'll take some money. I mean, I've been spending a lot of it on this fucking series. Like I just kept burning through the volumes, and I have to buy the next one. And it's weird because towards the end, the volumes are like they drop in price to $5 for like the last 10 or 15 or something. I don't fucking know. It's been a blur. There's been a lot of this, and I've just been powering through it all. Oh, I have this fucking window open, and now I'm luminous. But yeah, like. Just been going through the story several volumes in a day, really. I don't think it even took me a month to get through them all. And like it never really drags or gets slow or anything. It stays good. I mean, I think it's at its best when he's just going nuts or berserk, killing things and fighting. But there's whimsical stuff in there too. There's the 7-year boat arc, which when you read it in a span of a couple weeks, it's actually 1 week. It's pretty good. We're just trying to get to the Elf Island to help Casca get her memories back, and it's a funny adventure with pirates that won't leave them the fuck alone. And turns out there's a sea god behind all of it, really. They have to fight. It's got a good message, too, because Guts is, I mean, well, it's about persistence and whatnot, because Guts is just struggling against monsters that really he has no right defeating. Sometimes he has to use, like, cheap tactics and stuff to win, but he goes from like being a monstrous asshole because of everything that's happened to him, and then he meets like a new band of friends and learns to rely on people and push forward with their help, and he goes from being this like swirl of fucking anger and darkness and hate and weird pleasure he gets from killing to being just more of like a hero, which is funny because like he's wearing armor that itself relishes in like bloodshed. And you see a lot of fucking things that are clearly inspired by Berserk in like all of the Souls games, really. I mean, I think everyone knows Artorias is basically just Guts in the Berserk armor with it like at full transformation or whatever. That tower that Griffith is like held in for a year, I'm pretty sure that same tower is in Dark Souls 2, where one of the first bosses who's like big soul you gotta get is, forget its name. There's like a warrior with a big sword and its hands are in stocks or whatever. Fuck your research. There was something else recently. Oh yeah, the tree. Like, there's this warlord from the Kushan Empire who becomes a big fucking monstrous demon tree thing, and then he gets killed and turns into a big world tree sort of thing that looks suspiciously like the tree in Elden Ring, even having similar lore in a lot of ways. Because there's a whole belief that the Erd tree or whatever is actually a tree that's a parasite that took over another tree. Well, it's not really like the lore that they mention in Berserk. There's like other trees that feed off of this spirit world tree or something. I ain't fucking know. But yeah, it looks a lot like a Elden Ring. There's a capital built near it and everything. It's nuts. Just how much is inspired. How much of Dark Souls gets inspired by Berserk. And it's actually really cool. It's almost like the Souls games. I'd always wanted like a Berserk game, like Devil May Cry style. There's one on the Dreamcast that seems to have inspired that series, but it's a very rough, basic like prototype. It's almost like the Souls games kind of like keep the spirit of Berserk going. There's even a tribute in Elden Ring. There's a place that has a bunch of broad, giant, long iron sword things poking out of the ground. And it's very clearly a reference to Guts' sword. And there's, I think, the Iron Great Sword, which basically looks like Guts' sword, the Dragon Slayer. I mean, not that it's the most original design. I've accidentally designed that myself a couple times before I even read Berserk or knew what Berserk was. But still, like, it's used so much in the Souls games. It's just obvious. There's a lot of connections between the two. There's the tribute in Elden Ring, and then the Erd tree. Just go listen to them all again. So yeah, Berserk has been a good manga. Well, it's very graphic. So just, yep. Be ready for that. But once you can get past it, like, I don't know, it's very good. It's very good to just sit there and power through. I was always looked forward to having more volumes. Because I kept thinking there was like 100 or at least 60 or something. And I just kept going, and now I got one left. Then there's new chapters. I guess there's like 7 of them, but that cat's going berserk. But I am on my last volume. I meant to end it during that sad face, but I like fucked it up. Okay.